guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little demo using the Nars Narsissist palette. So here's what the package looks like. It's nice and shiny and reflective, and then the palette itself is the same way. It's very reflective and shiny, and it's fingerprinted, so it fingerprints very easy. It's got this nice golden type mirror on the front of it, and then it does click closed, so the palette itself is very, very nice. And here are all the colors that you do get inside of the palette. This is the palette that I'm considering taking with me on our cruise this year because I feel like this would be all inclusive. I feel like there's so many different colors in here I could use. It's daytime, nighttime appropriate. It's both things. So I wanted to just do a little demo today using this palette so you guys can see it in action. I'm going to zoom you guys in super close so you can see it going on my eyes, and we're going to just hop right into this. So as far as I can tell you guys, this palette is absolutely amazing. I think it's one of my favorite palettes that I own right now, so I'm very happy with the palette. The consistency is very good. The quality is very good. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So this is what I'm putting on my eyelids today as my primer. This is a really good eyelid primer if you're looking for something that's not really a primer that you can use as a primer, because this isn't specifically made to be a primer. This is really a shadow. But I use it as a primer because it works really, really well for me. It's a very thin consistency. It doesn't accentuate my wrinkles or anything. I am almost 40, so I just celebrated my 39th birthday. So now I need to try not to accentuate any of the wrinkles that are already starting on me. They're not fine lines anymore. They're actual wrinkles. So I'm trying not to accentuate any of that. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on my eyelid. So far so good. And now we're going to go ahead and start using the eyeshadow palette. So again, this is the palette we're using, and I've got all my brushes ready. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this palette. I'm going to go into this color right here first, which is Windsor. I'm pretty sure that the shade is called Windsor. I'm going to go in with that color, and we're going to put that all over my eyelid as my base to lay down that primer that I put on, the quote-unquote primer. And I'm using a Real Techniques brush. So this is a little Real Techniques brush. I think it's very, very nice, very soft, blends very well. You want a bigger brush when you're putting on your lay down color. So now I'm going to go back into this palette and use that again, tap off, and we're just going to continue to lay the color down. So this palette is a very, very good palette. Like I said, the colors blend very effortlessly. It's got very longevity, like good longevity, so that when you put these colors on, they're going to be on for all day. So that's awesome. Now I'm going to go in with this is a Beauty Junkies brush. I purchased this when Jen Loves Reviews. She did a whole review on all their brushes, and I am loving this one right here. This one in specific is my favorite, and I don't even know what it's called anymore because I've used it so much the actual wording has worn off. So I'm going to go in and use this peachy shade right here. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to use the shade right here, and I'm going to use that to start my crease with. I'll lay that down as my transition color, and it almost looks like my skin, but you can tell a slight differentiation. Is that the way you say it? Differentiation. That just doesn't sound right. Differentiation? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm about to flub that whole thing up. So this is just basically a little transition color, and then I'm going to go back into that color again, tap off, and then apply it to my lid. And then I'm going to deepen this up, obviously, because I just wanted something to start my transition off with. This brush, do you see how well it just blends though? It just blends so effortlessly. I love the way it blends. Works amazing. So there it is. That's what that color looks like. It's not a whole lot of differentiation. That word just doesn't sound right to me for some reason today. So now I'm going to go in with this. This is called a Dome eyeshadow brush, and I'm pretty sure this is an e.l.f. brush. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going to go in with that, and I'm going to use the shade right here. This is like let's see if I can see what color this is. I think this is Castile. Not positive, but I think it's Castile. I'm going to go in with that onto my brush, and I'm just going to start in the outer corner with this and start working my way up. When you hold your brush, you want to hold it back far onto the ferrule if you want it to blend out very nicely. If you want a more deeper look, you're going to hold it closer to the bottom of the brush, closer to the bristles. So if you want it deeper, you want to do that, but it's going to take you a little bit longer to blend if you hold it closer. So if you hold it further back, it's going to blend out a little more easily. So again, I'm going to be putting that into the crease and the outer V. Looking very good. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out using that same brush, the one from Beauty Junkies. But what I'm going to do is clean it off using my Vera Mona color switch. I'm going to go in here with the color switch and just clean off my brush. Now it's clean, so now I'm just blending the colors together. You want a seamless application, so you just want to keep blending. Like Nemo. Just keep swimming, but we're just going to keep on blending. Just keep blending, just keep blending. So there it is. This palette I think is sold now at Ulta too, so if you're looking at it, you can purchase it at Ulta and Sephora, and of course Nars online. Now I'm going to go back in using the same Beauty Junkies brush, and I'm going to blow out a bigger color. So we're going to go into this deeper shade right here. I'm going to go into that shade right here and tap that off. And now we're going to put that on, and we're just going to blow it out very slightly. Very, very slightly. It kind of looks like you're like, oh my gosh, why are you adding so many colors when you're just covering them right back up? But in the end, it just makes it look very, very good. If you do it like, start with your lightest and work your way to your darkest. When you're doing your crease and everything, it just works really well. So back into that color right here. Hopefully we're focusing. There we go. This color right here. And then we're going to come back over to this eye right here. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm more or less just focusing right here. I'm just making that outer V deepened with a big fluffy brush, so that it doesn't create harsh lines. So I'm just going to continue to do that. And then I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And if you want to make sure that your eyeshadow look can be seen when your eyes are open, you want to open your eyes, and then just that way there you can tell what's going to be seen and what's not going to be seen, and you can put your eyeshadow on that way. That's going to help you to know what people are going to see when they look at you straight on versus the way that when they look at you when your eyes are closed, because not many people walk around like this all day. Most people walk around like this. So if you want to open your eyes and get that color to blend up further, that's absolutely a great idea. So just keep blending it all. Blend, blend, blend. And then once you've got your eyeshadow application where you want it for your outer part, we're going to make it just a little bit darker on the outer V too, but we're going to do that with a pencil brush. So for now we're just going to leave it like this. And then what's going on there? Looks like we got something going on right there. The color's not blending very good right there. Not sure what happened. So now I'm going to go in with a flat brush. This is a flat shader brush by Luxie. This is a flat definer brush, but I'm going to use it as a flat shader brush today. So I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is Real. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. This one right here. So this is the shade we're going into. I'm going to go into that, and I'm just going to lay that down in the center. You can use a flat shader brush, but I just so happened not to grab a flat shader brush. I grabbed a flat definer brush. So we're going to roll with it. We're just going to roll with it. So I'm just basically kind of now making everything ombre, where it's just going to blend out. So ombre it out a little bit, and then go back into that shade again and do the same thing on the other side. I'm not really tapping this color off, as you see. The reason why is because I really want to pack that color on, so you want a good brush to pack on. This is not the best one for packing color on, but it's going to work. So if you happen to be in a pinch and this is the only one you have, you can make it work. Totally. Now we're going to go and find the little pencil brush, which is here. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. And now I'm going to go up to this deep, dark chocolate shade. This one looks like dark chocolate and makes me hungry. I love me some dark chocolate. Now I'm just going to focus that only on the outer V. only there. And I'm going to bring it up just a tad. But I'm really going to focus it right here in the outer V, just to deepen that corner up right there. Deep, deep, deep. And that's really going to make it pop, everything else pop. This is not a full-on tutorial because you guys know I am not a makeup artist. I am just a mom who likes makeup, so hopefully you guys take this with like a grain of salt. This is just how I typically like to do my smoky eyes. So I'm going back into that deep dark color. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it in the outer V here and just blend it up a little bit. Outer V. And now I want to take my big fluffy brush, the one from Beauty Junkies, and I'm going to clean it off again using the Viramona color switch. So I'm going to clean it, and now I'm just going to blend up a little bit more. That's why this brush comes in very, very handy. I feel like it does great for blending out everything. It helps to blend everything because you don't want harsh lines. You want it to flow all together. So we're getting it to flow. Like Progressive Lady, flow. No. Okay, so I'm gonna, as you see, I'm kind of pushing it in as I'm pulling it up too. You do your eye looks however you like though. I mean, this is how I do mine. I like to kind of just move my eyelids all around, so we're just getting it everywhere. And that's how we do it, how I do it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone crease color. So I'm going to clean off that huge fluffy brush again. This fluffy brush, I use it for so many different things. That's why this Viramona color switch comes in so handy, because I've used it for so many different things already, as you can tell. Now I'm going to go into this white shade right here. Hopefully you can see this one right here. We're going to go into that with the fluffy brush. And because we use the color switch, we're not going to have any colors transferring. Now we're just putting our brow bone highlight on. And we're going to blend that out a little bit. And then do the same thing on the other side. I'm going back into that color, top off, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do it again. So there's what it looks like. Okay, so there's how that's turned out. So now I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to put my mascara on and my eyeliner, and then we'll come back and finish up the under part of my eye, and then you guys will see the completed eye look. So hang tight, guys. Okay guys, so now I have put on the mascara, I have put my concealer on under my eyes, and I've set my concealer. So the concealer I use today is the It Cosmetics. It's the Bye Under Eye Lift in a tube. This stuff's really, really cool because you get a concealer on one end and a highlighter on the other. So if you want that highlighted effect under your eyes, this will totally do it. The other thing that I put on is the It Cosmetics Bye Pores Pressed. This one's like almost completely dead. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's like almost out. I need to get a full size of this because I feel like it's a really good one for setting under my eyes. And then, of course, I put my mascara on. The mascara I use today is the Stila Huge Extreme Mascara. This is my favorite mascara. I think it works really well. It gives my lashes a lot of volume, a lot of length. And it looks like I need to do a little bit of blending here. So over here looks like we need to do some blending to get this to look a little bit better. So I'm going to clean off my fluffy brush here. And then I'm just going to blend a little bit. Because the more you blend, the better it looks. I promise you, with any eye look that you do, the more you blend, the better it's going to look on you. So just keep blending it. If in doubt, just blend it out. So hopefully that'll look a little bit better. I may have to go in with a lighter color to get those to blend a little bit better. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into the Nars palette here, and I'm going to go into the color that I set my eyelids with, which was this color right here. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of that onto my brush and tap it off. And then we're going to blend it out like that. Oh goodness, I would think I got a little too much. Now we want a little ham the other way. That's okay, we'll get it to work. Great thing about eyeshadow looks is they're like serendipities. They're always happy accidents. If you get it to go one way and you didn't want it to, you add a little bit more, you can take a little bit away. You just make it work. So there it is now blended out. I need to tap off a little bit more. And then do the same thing on the side just to blend that out a little bit better. May have to add a little bit more onto the other side because this side looks like it has a little more pigmentation. These colors do blend easily, but the problem is if you're not an expert eye person, which I am not, then you can end up with some crazy looks sometimes because I just don't know what the heck I'm doing half the time, to be honest with you. So, all right, I'm gonna go in with this little bit of color right here. I'm not even sure what color that is. Just going to put a little bit of it on my brush and just blend that up into the crease a little bit here. Go in very, very light-handed. And then do the same thing on the other side. Very light-handed. Just to give it a little bit more color back into there where I took some away. And you can do this once you've done your lashes, or you can do it afterward or before, whatever, it doesn't matter. So there it is now. Now I'm going to finish up my under eye. So what I'm going to do is go back into the Nars palette. I'm going to use the pencil brush that I was using earlier. I'm going to clean that off. And we're going to use this shade right here, which is the darkest shade, which is like the chocolatey shade. We're going to use that on the outer part. And then as I get closer to the inner portion, we're going to stop right about 2/3 in. I don't want it super dark. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And bring it into about the corner, like where your iris is on your eye, the center of your eye. That's where I typically bring it, and I stop right about there. I make it darker on the outer portion than I do on the inner portion. You could totally smoke it out more if you wanted to. I just don't typically smoke it out too much. So again, darker on the outer portion and lighter, so you can just lighten your hand when you're doing it. Heavier pressure, lighter pressure. Now I'm going to clean my brush off again, and I'm going to go in with this gold color right here. I'm going to use that for the inner portion of my eye. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that right there. And that just really gives your eyes a pop. Again, with that same color. And pop that there. Pop that there. There. I can speak. Now I'm going to clean off my brush again using the Viramoto color switch. And then I'm going to go into that very light shade right here in the corner. I'm going to tap on with my little pencil brush. Tap it off. And I'm just going to put a little bit into where my tear duct is. And bring it over. And then just like that. And then I'm going to tap it with my finger because I think it just makes it look better if you just take a little tap with your finger. And do the same thing on the other side. Bring it into the tear duct and then out. Like that. And then just do a little tap. And that is it. That is it for the eye look. So now I'm going to zoom you guys out so you can see my completed makeup look for today. It's nothing too dramatic. My eyes are a little more dramatic than anything else. So let me zoom you out. Hopefully I got it going the right way. So there is my completed makeup look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little eye tutorial. We can do a little quick swatches here if you'd like to. Swatches on this little palette. So I'm just going to go row by row. So the first row right here, we're going to start that way. This is a metallic-y shade. And then this one's more of a matte shade. And then here's another metallic. So you've got two metallics and a matte in that row. And then these swatch like this. There's the first one, second one, third one. They all swatch very well. This one here is a little bit, there we go. I think I hit my wrist bone. I think it's where it was connecting with there. So there's those colors, beautiful colors. I think if you like these colors, if they call to you, I would totally pick up this palette. I think it's totally worth it. Now let's go ahead and swatch the next row. So the next row we have a matte shade, and then we have another matte shade, and then a metallic-y shade. So there are the three shades swatched. And then I'm gonna do it a different way this time. Over there you can probably see it a little bit better. So there they are, all swatched. Quite gorgeous shades. I love this type of shades. To me, these are the shades that speak to me. These warm shades, these very summery looking shades. I just think that they really speak to me because I think they go good with green eyes, but I think any color eye could pull them off. Now we're down to the next row. So we have a metallic-y shade. And this one's more of a satin shade. And then here's a matte. So metallic, satin, matte. Then here are all three colors swatched. And here they are on my hand. So there's what they look like. Very beautiful. even this color right here, which is like a dark chocolate brown, is very pigmented, so you could totally make that almost look black on your eye. If you wanted to like deepen it up, you can make it look black. Even there is a black in the palette, so if you don't want a total black, you would like a darker brown, it's gonna work great. You can use it as a liner, works great as that too. And then the very last row, we have a matte, a satin, and then another, this is like a satin too, the black is. The black's not really a complete matte, it's more of a satiny shade. So here is your matte, your satin, and your satin. This is not really a complete satin though, the black is. It's like a really odd texture, so that is the last row in that palette, what they look like. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me with my just using an eye look. I know I typically do a full get ready with me, but today I was like, you know what, I just want to focus on the eyes. I want you guys to see a lot of information about how I do an eye palette and everything like that. And if I goof, like as you guys saw where I messed up the one side, it can totally be fixed. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your opinions on this palette, whether or not you think you're going to pick it up or not. So let me know. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.